Hello, and welcome to the CSE365 midterm CTF walkthrough for the spring 21 semester with Adam and Tiffany. So today, in this video, I'll be solving the DosThisHouse chow. So I went ahead and spawned a practice container and SSH'd in. And before we start, it does tell us that the source code is given here, so keep that in the back of your head somewhere. So, let's just try to run the chow and see what happens. Hello, we hear that you're really good at causing programs to crash, well, at least the programs that you write. In this challenge, we will give you the flag only if you can crash this program, i.e. cause a seg fault. You'll need to read source code to understand the code, what input the program takes, and how to cause a seg fault. Okay, so let's just go and read the source code then. Vim DosThisHouse.c++. Cool. Okay, so set no, just to make things easier. Okay, we have our main. We have a seg file handler function. This is what we're gonna need to. This is what will actually output your flag. Okay, let's look through main. This will call the seg file handler. Okay, our v1 and 2 will be equal to Selena and foobar. Okay, we have a string pointer to owner, being null, user key, secret key, some vectors for the keys of which will be stored, and then we have a bunch of strings with the commands of passkey place, rotate, dwelling access, who within, change locks, vacate dwelling, and we have a num, owner, authorized access keys. Okay, and then we have our input. Cool. So the while loop will be scanning for an input, and it will be scanning for 100 times. Once you input it like 100 times, it'll just break the program or the binary, and you're gonna have to run it again. If the input is equal to the string, then it'll go through the functions, so on and so forth. Okay, so most of this is not exactly like the most readable or understandable. You won't really know what exactly will happen or what we actually need or what specific seg fault we need in order to give us the flag. So one way that we can do is to analyze the C++ file itself, and we can use that with the Clang compiler. So with Clang, we can it's a separate C++ Objective-C compiler. You can do driver preprocessing, parsing, semantic analysis, code generation, optimization, assembler, linker, Clang stack analyzer, etc., etc. Okay. There's all this. So what specifically we want is the analyzer of Clang. So what we can do is Clang analyze DosThisHouse.c++. Just like run the C++ file through Clang compiler and find anything that might be a little bit fishy or sus. So we see that we have the setUID return value is not checked. Line 76, the objective pointer is null for the user key. And also line 93, we have forming reference to the null pointer. So this is going to be important because this is what we're going to need to seg fault the program, or the seg fault that we need to give us the flag specifically. Since it's a pointer, since like the source code tells us that the user key is declared to be a null pointer of null, and we're gonna have to somehow cause that or trigger that when we execute the program. Okay, so then let's give another look at the source code again, and we're gonna need in these commands. So of these commands, only passkey place and passkey rotate will do something with the keys. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this just to have it on hand. Okay, cool. So for reference, okay, let's cd back to root directory and run the challenge and just test stuff. Okay, so hello, we hear that you're really good at causing programs to crash, etc., etc. And we know that we need something to point to the, or reference to a null pointer here. So if we try passkey place, it will cause the program to crash successfully and give us a flag here. And similar with passkey rotate. And give us the same flag here, sudo cat flag. And to verify, this is exactly the same flag that we need. Okay. But we can also try using different things like change locks, which does segfault it, but is not what we want. So it says terminates after calling it terminate called after throwing instance of a logic error, and the null is not basic string null not valid here. So that's not what we want for it to be successful. We could also try other things, but the rest of them will usually deal with dwelling, and that'll usually just go to the program itself. So nothing really special there. So yeah, this is the DosThisHouse channel.